Welcome back, everybody. It's a dark scene here. And as you can tell, Mousesports, well, it's kind of grim where they are, too. 11-4 after the first half on a T side from Astralis. What a run. This is the ESL Pro League Season 12. You're watching it with Harry, Hugo, and myself. Hi, I'm Trace. And you're probably wondering how I got here. Well, let me tell you a little story about the little Mousesports that could. You see, Chris J and Kerrigan came together. They forged an alliance that ultimately led them down to Ramp Room. And then one day, Big Bad Rops tried to throw a smoke into Big Main.
And then, suddenly, well, from atop the hut, there was this very nasty man, and Chris said, no, 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 nasty man, and he protected the younglings in his team. And boy, oh boy, S-Tag and Device, they didn't know what hit them. And that there is the story of the little Mousesports that could.
Yes, the little Mousesports that could, that picked up the one big round with the little bitty guns. Narrated by Hugo Byron.
Yeah, you can buy the audiobook somewhere, I'm sure. This is interesting, though. Mouse winning a pistol, there's a chance, you know?
Hugo, when are you going to start audiobooks? Is your...
Yeah, like, and what are you going to read?
I don't know.
Are you going to write your own books?
No,
that would be cool.
Yeah, no. You give me a book, I'll read it.
Look at that.
You will read me a book if I buy you a book.
It depends on the length. Yeah, you got to pay me, though.
Wait, hang on.
What kind of...
This deal keeps on developing.
Worse and worse by the second. First of all, I don't want you to read me anything. Secondly, I think I can read myself.
You think, do you?
Thirdly, your price is outrageous. I'm sure someone will price match that around here. If you price match that, let us know.
Hugo, what were you looking at for your book reading charge?
Your compensation, if you will.
Look, I don't discuss
20, 30
that. Talk to my agent.
euros?
Yeah, I'm right here. Hold on, we'll get him on the line.
It's me, Hugo's agent.
Why is
It's
going
your
to
radio.
I'm calling in from outer space, the ISS, the International Trace Station, over.
Oh. Hugo, man, you got anything to say to him?
Dude, he knows what he's doing.
Do I, though? I mean,
Do I, though?
No problem, agent.
Oh, no, Device, he's in the one spot that no one ever checks. And, of course, he's allowed to run rampant. Device. He can't spell rampant without ramp, and that's where he sits right now, doubling up. The double from Device is a scary thing indeed, but luckily enough, Chris J often is the voice of reason. Not going to come in with one. Device now trying to be the voice of raisins and dry this round out, but BMAS gets the better of him. And suddenly, Glaive and Magis, they're in this 2-on-3, this tricky little situation. Magis has a Deeg, but he's also smoked off.
Yeah, great stuff from Device, but this is looking less and less likely by the second. It's all on Magis, and he gets domed, tagged by the first, slowed down, and finished off. Glaive is above A.
It's like, guys, where even is this? Is it A or B?
Well, now they're about to figure it out the hard way. The bomb has been planted way. As the bomb, well, it's been planted. Down on B, Glaive looking to save. This, you know, this is a very interesting world we're in right now. Can Mousesports 2-0 Astralis?
You wouldn't say this is an interesting world we're in.
I mean, not this specific round or this moment in time, but...
No, I can give you that. I can give you that.
Okay. 6-11.
Misunderstood there. You know,
Yeah.
for when I contact the lawyers later, I have to make sure everything is transcripted out perfectly,
So,
Hugo.
I mean, what is it about raisins again? You know what? With you two, you guys are pretty much pruned up. So with that said, let's take a quick look at how many folks did not check for Deve.
Yeah, it happens all the time. This box hiding behind it used to be like a go-to check back in the old.
That was the normal place to play.
Yeah, and like you wouldn't believe it. Like if there was no one there, it's like, well, then you had ramp pretty much. That was like how it felt like, or they were hell, but you know, like usually it'd be there. And now in this iteration of Nuke, and by the way, do this in your pods if you really, really want to be a rat, and everyone wants to be a rat because they're such a cool animal.
I think Chuck E. Cheese went out of business, bro.
They're like the cockroaches of mammals.
Nice.
The cool thing about being a rat, the cool thing about that spot, rather, is that when you're there, no one ever looks for some reason. And so often you can just sit behind that box.
You do realize what you're doing, though. You drawing attention to the fact that no one checks this box makes everyone.
That's cool, dude. I'll change the meta. I don't care.
Nobody can hear us but us, so it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, I always forget that. Dupree, look at him. He's got a taser.
Race, get ready.
He's got a taser. He's got a taser. The Dupree laser ready to go. And there it is. Chris J on the receiving end. And the sound effects provided by Mr. Saranthus and the Deagle. In with another. Dupree putting on quite the show. Device, he kills Carrigan. And Carrigan in his dying breath has helped the Danes out by throwing the bomb down the vents. Oh, dear.
Help me. Oh, no.
Frozen,
he's got it.
Frozen is absolutely stark raving mad. He just goes down the vent. He chases for the bomb. He's got it back under control. What is happening? I couldn't tell you, but it's Rops and it's Frozen in a 2-on-4. And Rops is like, I'll go down the vent again and I'll get the better of them. And he does get the better of S-Tag, but that wasn't the man who killed Carrigan. So surely that means there's another Device. Up and down the ladder he goes. This is a weird one. Rops is trying to watch it, but he doesn't. He's very unsettled by Device, just peeking up and down the vent, up and down, up and down. And here comes the drop into the site. Rops is to flick back. Device is gone. And it's all left onto Magisk in a 1v1 versus Rops. It's chaos. It's madness. But Rops is here to see us through right to the very end.
Holy smokes! Why does it happen like that? It looked like a game of vents and ladders.
I'm lost. I'm done. I don't know what to make of that. That's crazy. Great try from Dupree, putting up 2. Oh my, Device. Like, yeah, that's a shame. He gets stolen out from below him on the jiggle. S-Tag dies for the cause. Device gets some really close shots on the ladder when Rops is here. You see the wall painted with bullets. Device just couldn't hit it. He was relying on the gods, relying on the RNG on the ladder. And now we're back into the action as quick as we like. Nice nade. Glaive, big brain, big throwing arm, lobs it into the lobby and gets 2 down to 60. Frozen, if he goes through this smoke, he is dead in the water. No, he's not. I take it all back. I never said a thing. Frozen,
yeah, right.
immediate headshot onto Glaive through the smoke. Now into A. Madge has got to anchor this site well. He's got to spray. Dupree's helped him out. They're both still standing. Dupree with another, and it's falling apart for Mousesports. Chris is out of there with the bomb in tow. Frozen's outside. He could go low, but they don't have the ramp room yet, and that's still being watched. So there's no free entry towards B for that bomb. Frozen trying to carve a path outside, but he's not getting given many fights.
Yeah, everything was looking real good for Mousesports up to that point. So perhaps they can piece it together here in the latter stages of this round. Chris, he gets the kill on ramp, starts to move himself into lower. He does have the bomb, so that does make sense.
B is theirs. This is a really doable round for Mousesports if Astralis don't play things very smart. Device, he has him trapped behind the site, but Chris can't leave as a result. The bomb's planted for him. He faked it in case they had decon. There's the peak Device. Scalp remover. It's onto Frozen.
Yeah, this is a pretty tall order for Frozen, but we've seen him win rounds like it before. Magisk makes noise in the vent, trying to draw his attention away from Secret. Frozen playing the hiding game, playing the timing game, and he's found himself in a pretty good spot. He lets them all cross, and Frozen, you tricky man, coming in, takes them off the bomb. Surprise! They don't know where he is, and Frozen's in with another. It's all left onto Device, and there's just no time. That is an absolutely huge round from Frozen. 8 on the board for Mouse, and he saves the day again.
And let's talk a little about not only what Frozen did right there, but his positioning, you know, the trigger discipline. He could have certainly went for that so much sooner, but he plays it down to perfection, getting the second kill on Dupree. Even has the Molotov should he need it, but he needed to use that spray even more, which I encourage you to do, ladies and gentlemen. Check and mate.
That is unreal. I've not seen a clutch like that in a while. Frozen, huge brain. Even Chris is so
man. Even Chris is like 1,000 books behind him, and even if he read every single one of them, he wouldn't have been able to, you know, like piece together that round in the way that Frozen just did. That is mind-blowing.
The fact that Magisk even fakes the vent as well and goes back up. Frozen lets him drop again, not even worried about the fact that he could just be swung by Magisk. He lets him go past into B. Another follows. And they all come tumbling down. Mousesports, they don't want to give this one up, do they? They've had some very close rounds from that eco with Device in the vent and a 4-on-2. The Mousesports recover thanks to Rops to a 1-on-3 by Frozen in the B bomb site. They have been clutching their way clutching at the straws and keeping this game going. Astralis yet to field around in this second half. We are early days, but the Danes back on pistols. Flash for the ramp room. Estag can go in if he wants. It's a good flash. Estag takes a peek, does some damage, but now he's trapped to the left side. They've got him sandwiched. Nate does even more.
Oh. Estag, the barbarians are at the gate, and he's going to have to just tuck himself in for the long haul. Now, they do spare Estag, so shout out one time to Mousesports. They're showing some love for that new guy. But Dupree, he doesn't want to reciprocate. He comes in with a kill. There's the refrag from Frozen, and Carrigan now splits main. Magis bested, and this is all back under control. Device with the AWP. Likely just wants to think about saving at this point in time.
Yeah.
He's not even going for it. He's going back to CT. Device, he's trying to go back to where he spawned.
Yeah, where he came from, essentially, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But ultimately, still lands a shot onto Carrigan. Now, the round is over. Mousesports very, very low. Unless Estag flies up the vents, gets a ninja defuse. Not going to say I got one last night in the North American matchmaking from Europe, but I did. So, anyway, shout out to Hugo.
Shout out you, Trace.
Nah, man, shout yourself out.
AWP saved here for Astralis, but again, Mousesports are building. 5 in a row. Tick-tock comes the clock.
To 11, and speaking of the clock, I think we did just pass. So the date was right. It was the 911, and now it's 912. But let's see if Astralis can put another one up too.
I think 912 is like the new default that Astralis are trying to run when they play Counter-Strike.
912? Yeah.
9A, 1B, 2 outside.
9 ramp. 1 upper.
You try and go ramp, and it's just... you just can't, man. You can't get through that. Glaive, he can't get through this. They're smoked off outside, but he sees feet. Glaive counting footsteps as they run by. That's a weird situation for Rops to find himself in. Dupree arrives fast on the scene, but he's got backup. Magis called in to mop this one up for when all goes wrong. Magis not able to put any more up, but there is still another man in the vents. Glaive has watched his teammates perish around him and now emerges in the back line. BMAS caught, but he somehow lives to fight another day. Looking for the players up in the window. BMAS has dropped one, and now we're into this 2-on-2. It gets now very finicky, and it's all about hitting these timings. Coming down the vent is Device, but he gets bested. And this was a 2-on-4. Now it falls onto Chris J to keep the clutches rolling in for Mousesports. Smoke down. Glaive taps the bomb, waits for the spam, but Chris J playing the mind games. Glaive, you want to try and outsmart me? Good luck, my friend. That second tap has baited Chris in. And sadly, it's too little too late. Glaive going to grab the defuse. Didn't have a kit either. That's such a shame, man. If Chris J had just really committed, and that's the thing, right? It's easy to say that, oh, well, he should have just not gone through the smoke. But, like, you know, that's the thing, man. Like, you feel like that was so doable, but it's the double tap, right? It's the second time around. You can't chance it. You don't know that Glaive doesn't have the kit. So this time it's Astralis clutching out a round.
And I think probably one of my favorite attributes of working with, you know, you two folks and a plethora of other from the UK, as we'll call it, or
yeah, that works.
Whatever that island over there or whatever, is when you mock each other in your own mock voices. With your own mock accents.
Yeah, I hate Britain. I'll just come right out and say it.
Well, you know, that's not where I was steering it, so to say. But all right, that's Harry Dusseldorf. He'll, of course,
but specifically England. You know, if you want to be like very exact about it, our neighbors are pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. You think you want to clear the air on them about while we're here? I mean, you might as well.
I know, man. I'm good. I'm good.
Still weapons for Mousesports, and while your neighbors might be cool, Mr. Robin Cool and company need to come up big time here. This would be a round to respond with.
Yeah, nearly a 2-on-4 won by Mousesports. How many more clutches have they got in store? Or will Astralis finally be the Goliath and close it out? That's not how that story went, but it's how it probably should have gone.
So Goliath wins against David.
in a reality like this, probably. But right now, it's Chris spamming smokes, and Glaive's going to go down early. Device holding the cross, main smoke down, but he is in the back of the garage, and he is really hiding, playing it tight, avoiding the flashes, and going back for the fight. You've already crossed past him. Second flash is great. S-Tag's in hell, but he's smoked off as well. Device, he could drop the bomb here. Carrigan's alone outside, but he's going to hit an absolute banger of a shot. Jumping up. S-Tag's here. He just climbed the ladder. Is he ready for this one? There's two players coming in. He's just crept out onto the rafters, but they have his number. The player on the site is not looking up. No one's even considering how deep Mousesports could be, but they're taking their time. And with this time being taken, Astralis might look elsewhere. Too late. S-Tag gets pinched. Dupree on the site, helped down by Magis, who will drop the bomb coming through main. It's a clutch back for Astralis, perhaps, but now it's on to Dupree at the back of the site, one-on-one. The bomb on Rops. He can go right down the vents and play the mind games if he wants.
Oh, Dupree, you're not in the hop.
And he thought he had. He thought Rops went down, because surely, why wouldn't you? You had the chance, you had the bomb, you're by the vent, you have Dupree blind.
And not to mention, Dupree then finds out after that whole 4-second period of being flashed,
standing there.
I wasn't even in the hut, so surely he's not coming A, right? Surely he's dropped, and then there, the sad reality sets in. Mousesports, 10 on the board, they're getting pumped. Carrigan got his arms in the air, and Dupree has his head in his hands. It's a real parallel, or a real, I guess, what's the word for opposite? What's the smart word for opposite? Someone help me out here. And the juxtaposition between the two of them. There you go. I'm the smartest guy in the room. I had to help myself.
Help yourself to a double dosage.
We're laughing at the premise of that one, aren't we? That's a big joke.
Yeah, big joke. There's nothing joking about this round. Pistols for Astralis. Mousesports, in the meanwhile, do pick up that last round, and that's going to help them exponentially. 12-10 the score. We are close, ladies and gentlemen. We are close.
Oh, S-Tag, he fires too soon, and Rops finds his head. Glaive tries to chase Carrigan down, but he won't be able to. Carrigan, oh boy, maybe he will. It's close, but no cigar. Glaive looking to find him. Dupree's already dropped Rops. Carrigan does deal with a flank, and now down in B. Mousesports already have real estate. The bomb yet to join, and both CTs here. There's a gap in the smoke, and there's a break in the window. Does Device go through? Plant allowed. Magis spamming. Both windows broken now. Device is waiting for that smoke to fade. And Magis is holding on for Carrigan, who he knows was in A or near about. Outlook are not coming in and not giving away any opportunity to Astralis in this round. Device is still patiently waiting. He could take down Frozen, whose head is exposed, but Device not peeking out wide enough to get him.
Well, that reload sound.
Yeah,
he definitely heard that.
Oh, Device just getting teased about Frozen. Oh, there's the double peek. B-Mass decides it's been quiet in window for too long. And Magis, yeah, you've opened the door, but the door is well and truly closed on the round, mate. You can try and do whatever you want with only the Deegan armor. It's 11 on the board for Mouse, and my goodness, what a game this is shaped up to be. It was 11-4 at the half. I was like, well, I mean, you were on the phone to League Ops trying to just bring in the third map.
Yeah.
That's the extent we were at.
I mean, that was kind of the extremes that we went to, and then you look at it now, and it's like, okay, well, Mousesports, I'm sorry, Harry.
You can see why they said it had to be played on.
Yeah, Harry, you doubted them, and then here they are.
I mean, I came into the day very, very confident that we're going to do something.
I think that's exactly what you said. Also, I think that's what you picked.
Well, we'll let the prediction graphics speak for themselves. Rob's dead through this smoke. He tries to run out A and look for an opener. Dupree is ready for it. He has been on the receiving end of some batterings, but this time he's dishing out the servings. 2 for him. And that is not how you want to start the round if you're Mousesports.
Oh, no.
That's a bit of a shame, right? 2 players both missed the vent, one after each other.
It's a risky play. It's a bold one. Sometimes I feel it helps if you flash your teammates and then try to run out the squeaky door.
Yeah, they're just trying to do it on pace, and it's like, you're trying to find something very small in some unknown, unexplored territory, and that's always a challenge for everyone, so...
I don't know about you, Harry, but every single time I play the game, I tell my teammates that the other team's low, even when they're not.
Oh, I know, Chase. I know you do that.
Just to give them that confidence.
Yeah,
man,
it's so really confident building when I peek a guy with a USP. He's low, and then it's like, oh, well, he's... No, Dupree he's over here up on top of the hut, and oh my goodness, they are low now, and it's all on the back of Dupree. 13 on the board for Astralis, and an attempt at a vent drop that should have been left on the sidelines because they get railroaded in that round there.
Yeah, Dupree gets basically 2 free kills. Look at these. Carrigan and Robs both caught in the smoke, both flashed out. Both unable to see anything but the fade to black. As Astralis, they fight back and they take a 13th. Not going down without a fight is Mousesports' comeback. All these clutches in vain.
Let us remind you that Astralis on a win streak here. 4 in the map of Nuke, that is. So if somehow, some way, Mousesports believe in Gaben, and there's still a chance.
Ooh.
Look at this sneaky snake stuff. We're going to have to go down here, guys, but it's going to be an interesting path.
Oh, they just jumped. Device is here, though. They're on the right side. He's going to back up, and they hear the footsteps. They know someone has retreated, but if they go back up, it's into the feast of Glaive, who's hungry for more. Now back towards Hell. Only with a rifle, these AKs are going to outwit him quickly, and BMAS with a quick shot does drop him. They know that one was B, and so that leaves A up for the taking. Device coming up from the behind. Rops is holding with the AWP. He's taking this over Karrigan in this round, and for good reason, finding that kill. And S-Tag dropping BMAS below. Karrigan's already above, entering into the site. He just dodges death. He knows Dupree is now below in A. Both players here. The info's there. They've got the kills, and there's no waiting around for Mousesports. They pounce, and they crunch that A site. 13-12. Every time Astralis get around, it is immediately responded by Mousesports. Back-to-back reset rounds for Mousesports, not letting Astralis get comfortable.
Man, this is really nice to see. Like, I'll be honest, you know, even though, okay, like, I keep joking about it, but we did pick Astralis to win this. And you guys know,
we picked Mousesports.
No, we all did, right? You guys,
we were going on for so long about how this
come on now. Come on now.
No, right. So we all picked Astralis, but you guys know I'm a huge Mouse fan, and my word, like, I'm very, very happy that with this new squad, with the changes that have been made, they're putting on a good face versus Astralis, who have looked really, really good here in the Pro League.
And you know, Harry, I'm just going to be blunt with you here. You just seem like a little bit of a Karrigan fanboy.
I am a Karrigan fanboy. That's
like
why.
Not anybody else on the team. You just like Karrigan. Like maybe.
No, dude, I love the whole team.
Oh, the fade. They just get down. Man, Mousesports just time this.
They're so
too
gross.
close.
They're so slimy, and that's why you got to love Karrigan. There's no one who calls a slimier, grosser version of CS than Karrigan, man. This guy, he just leaves a... Yeah, I just hate it.
But you love it. In your mouth,
yeah, man. You can feel it. You can feel the calls. And look at him. Look at Karrigan. He's looking for a bit more. Now, he probably isn't ready for Glaive. So, yeah, hyping him up. There he is. Get in the back, of course, here. Mousesports in a 4-on-5. As now they seep their way down into this lower site.
It's like anything that Harry says.
Turns to complete and utter...
The opposite is what I was going for there. Not any other, words to use to describe that.
S-Tag on solo B here. He's going to lock it down too with the bomb drop. He's going in for more than pre-fire on the feet. Oh dear, BMAS needs new shoes after that one. Astralis, they're sending Rops for the save. And okay, just when you think Mousesports might have a grip back on things, they lose their in-game leader outside and 4 more fall through the doors to only 1 man. And
this is why Hugo and I picked Astralis right to begin with. I mean, it's pretty blatantly apparent why.
Pretty clear.
And Harry, having picked Mousesports, at some point in your life, you're going to have to eat your words. This might be one of those days.
Yeah, the money's not there.
It won't be today, man. It won't be.
Harry, you are realizing Mousesports are broke up against 14 right now.
I realize it, mate. I realize it, but, I look and I see...
Optimism?
No, Optimus Prime actually was who... Yeah. But no, man, I see Robs, and yeah, he looks frustrated, but I see the fans, and I see them, and these are Astralis fans, so get them off my screen, because that doesn't fit the story I'm peddling.
That guy's got a Deadpool mask on, sitting in the dark with an Astralis jersey. So color theme checks out, and you can check out the ESL.gg/fancam, which is exactly where you need to go to end up over there with the rest of those folks.
It's one word.
Folks?
Yeah.
Okay, let me try that again. Wildlings, crazy, Looney Tune-ish, almost up there on borderline cosplay in some regards. But all still loved and all still welcome. We're going to go to a timeout here and see what happens. Mousesports going to call for it.
Hugo, you big into cosplay?
No.
Should we get you cosplaying on the desk? Dude, that would be cool.
I already answered that, didn't I?
Let's get... Well, you just said you're not big into it, but that doesn't mean you can't become.
Yeah, we can start you off in there,
Dude, I will fund the costume.
Harry, I know you will. You've bought many a clothes for me.
I actually have.
Against my will, sometimes, often.
Grace, you actually bought me boxes that one time. Thank you for that.
That was a bit of an accident.
I see you're wearing the exact same, but in your size this time around.
No, I didn't want us
guys...
to match or anything. I just kind of...
Yeah, your ones are blue. I got a very good view when you were doing your lying down on the desk bit.
Okay.
Trace has one leg in one, Harry has his other leg in the other. You know, you just share it.
We're both just
Siamese.
It's like a potato sack race.
Oh my goodness. I thought you were going to say it's like a potato salad. I was like, that's just, I don't even want to imagine what that is.
Salads now not to be discussed on stream, but of course, when we look at Astralis and Mousesports, this is where Mousesports need to take a stand.
Oh,
they need to find some kills here. Kerrigan misses a shot. You can tell a little bit of wiggle there.
Yeah, I like the confident run yard after a pause, right? Last thing Astralis were expecting, no smokes to give it away. High flash device playing the one way. We see more and more people doing this as of late. There's already a cross into Garage. He realizes, oh, does he? Back and forth, and then back again is Kerrigan with the opening kill, taking down the AWP of Astralis. Oh, S-Tag swinging. Robs has a Galil, and he out-duels an AK. That should not be happening. It's Mousesports with a 5-on-3 with access to B, and Glaive is already there.
Look at Chris, man. Look at how fast he's in heaven. Astralis is still worried about a main split. Mate, it's not main you need to be worried about. It's Chris J coming in through the heavens, and main as it turns out. Kerrigan gonna nail Dupree through that angle. Up comes the rotation into ramp, and while Glaive does get the better of Robs, it's still a 2v4 that Astralis have got to pull out of absolutely nowhere to somehow find this round, but they look keen. They look like they want to go for it, and they might see Chris, who's like just taking a stroll at this moment in time up on the rafters. Frozen does bail him out of danger. Chris wipes the sweat off his brow, and he wants to get rid of that Galil because it's disgusting. Glaive gonna have to hold on to the M4. Mousesports 13. Oh boy, this is getting so damn close. We promised you all a good series, and boy, oh boy, is it delivering.
This, like, you couldn't predict this if you tried. 14-13. Who knows where this is going? Astralis are broken now, but Mousesports just did it with nothing as well. They had a low buy. They were relying on a Deagle, a Galil. They had the AWP. And thank Kerrigan for getting those openers. Dupree and Device dead, thanks to the AWP of Mousesports. Even though Rops has wielded that at times, it's Kerrigan manhandling it back and showing us what he can do.
And let's talk about some of that handling of a situation right here, because it does look like we're going to be going to a quick pause. You guys all understand how intense these situations are. All the Pog champs are out. All the Bible thumps too. And everybody's really crying because they don't really know what to do in this situation. Chris J, one of those. You could tell right there. He gave us the finger guns. Then wasn't sure if he was still on camera. So, like, I get that. I sympathize with that. I do it all the time. But we are waiting for a player to reconnect. A little bit of a PC restart. So let's just get back to the meaty details right here. Let's just really look at it, Hugo, and kind of not really berate Harry, but kind of just like tear him down a little bit verbally.
I mean, I don't think I can right now because wait, what was his prediction again? I don't even know.
He predicted Mousesports 110%.
110%. Well, actually, I'm sorry to say, he might be right now. Like, they are down a round, but Astralis have broken down money-wise.
But you know how he panders, so he also predicted Astralis.
Yeah, well, it's good. Harry likes to play both sides so that he always comes out on top, and I respect the strategy. It's a go-to move. The issue is you shouldn't tell both sides that you're playing both sides, because now I'm just not going to give you any information.
Don't worry. I didn't tell, like...
You didn't tell Big that
I didn't tell Magisk, or, like... I didn't tell Magisk. I didn't tell Kerrigan. So I haven't told anyone.
Okay. Well, they'll hear this. They'll watch this back. They'll find out.
Yeah, surely they watch back with a commentary on. If I had to think of...
In that case, hi, guys. Hey.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Magisk. Hey, Glaive. Hey, Kerrigan. How you guys doing? Just want to say I'm a big fan of all three of yours work.
No one else.
The rest of the guys, yeah, I'm sure they're good too.
And yes, that is, what's your name again? Harry Russell. He has won the challenge here. He's won the giveaway, which is be on stream for one day.
Nice, man. Look at that. There's a terrifying bunny creature down. Oh, that's not a bunny. It's like a
cow.
I think it's a cow. And then what else we got? This guy on his phone. Hey, man, pay attention, rather. The ukulele's out. We got a dead mouse mask. Oh, we're swapping between them too fast now for my eyes to be able to comprehend.
Everybody's a musician.
Musician.
Dead mouse in the bottom.
Ah, yes, Dead Mouse now.
Oh, man, I know he's a big fan, so I'm glad that we got him tuning in. Does keep DMing me to hang out, and I'm just
does he?
That. Yeah, man, me and Dead Mouse, we go way back. I remember, I think it was like 02, me and him were hanging out.
2 now. Harry was 4 years old.
Yeah, man, yeah. It was a lot of controversy around it when it happened, but, like, you know, we just go way back.
Interesting. You know, I did go to an esports party one time that Mousesports played at.
Okay.
And it was kind of cool. I can't quite remember the event.
Oh, nice. All right. Thank you.
Well, I don't necessarily want to say who the party was by or any of that, but it was really cool. And then,
Get it, Trace. You're cool. You go to parties. You don't invite us. We get it. Okay, man?
I know pros by first name, and you guys, y'all are pathetic.
Well,
how
do we pick it up from here?
I'll tell you how we pick it up from here. We turn to Harry and we look for answers.
Oh,
because we know that Harry, being the centerpiece, the focal point of the desk,
wow.
We know that he is going to have things figured out to a T.
I have so much figured out, man. I've got this whole ordeal figured out. So first of all, I'm going to catch you all up. If you are just tuning in, this is what you've missed. It was a crazy, dominant first half, 12-3 in the favor of Astralis. It felt like there was no way this could... Oh, sorry, 11-4. I gave him too much credit. Yeah, 11-4. But it was like 11-4 to Astralis. There was no way that Mouse can pull this back, right? That's what all the naysayers were saying. But what do the naysayers even know, man? They're always saying nay to things that others are saying. Well, now Mousesports 13-14. They are 1 away from tying this up versus the Danes on the other side. The big Danes, not little Danes, not people from the vague area that is Scandinavia.
The Great Danes.
These are the Great Danes of CS, and over on the other side, it's just a little Mousesports, but they're still here. They're still looking good. They're still fighting, and now they're 1 away from tying things up in this second map. This is Astralis' map pick. This is their home map. And Mouse, they're taking it the distance.
We're getting back into it with just 12 seconds now, 11-10 on that freeze time, rolling away. We're going to see if Mousesports can put this one away. This is a pretty big round right here, all things considered. Astralis, money through the bin, the proverbial bin as we call it, even the digital one if you want to call it that. 14-13, Mousesports with a real chance to grab this game by the horns.
Back to the door for Carrigan. The molly again. It's spreading. It's burning. And he has to escape. Down to 20. Oh, dear. Not the start you want, but at least it's on the AWPer of all the players. This is a decent buy for Astralis. A little more than we assumed they'd have. The AWP on device as well. Down B is S-Tag. Bit of a move here for Astralis with device taking ramp with the AWP. S-Tag died in the last round in that position. 2 ROPs, so doesn't want to repeat that. Waiting for Mousesports to drop lower. Ooh, spam is close. Glaive is in the back of Garage. Carrigan fell to him crossing main. Last time Mousesports went for that B play through Secret. And so Astralis planning for those contingencies once again. Device comes outside to assist. Late smokes for Mouse. Notice only 2 players actually sitting outside with that utility, crossing or feigning across. We'll have to wait and see. It's not default smokes, it's one towards main, and they start to put the pressure on. Glaive cut off by util. He can't see, he can't stop them, but he can calm that they could be here. Device with 1, dropping Carrigan in through main, and the A hit comes through.
Oh, but Glaive is dealt with frozen. No, for Mousesports, it might all fall apart here. Up against 14, we're looking at Rops, we're looking at Chris J, and we're thinking, well, can Rops navigate this one alone? 1v4, Astralis towing the line between map point, and only 1 man separates them from it. It's Rops. They know where he is. They know that he was in the hut, and I think he got spotted there by Magisk on the jiggle. There's 15 seconds, and Rops is sending up the ladder. Doesn't scream, I'm going for this round, and so he's just going to try and hold on to the AK. Astralis, they get 15. They get map point. They look to take us to Inferno, where all good series go to end. And now we see Mousesports, was this entire run from 11-4 down all the way to 13 rounds, was it for nothing? Is this the end of the journey here on Nuke? Do we have to look to the next chapter of Inferno to get some answers?
Yes.
Or does this get brought to overtime?
Oh. I thought you wanted to know.
Oh, sorry, man. It's an innocent mistake to make. But if you remember, all my questions are automated, so I provide the answers.
Automated. Well, that's Harry Russell. You can find him at justharry@stunna.gg.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Glaive, he's pushed outside, man. We've not seen him aggressive in many of these rounds, and so this could be something that Mousesports don't plan for. BMAS is checking it, but Glaive only gets the dink. The M4 strikes back, and Mouse with the opening kill. 8 HP on BMAS through main. The flash is good, and Chris has got another. Oh no, Mousesports are clearing out this A site. They're running him down, and it's only 2 up for Astralis. They might have to save. They're going up against the idea of OT right now.
Oh, it's a save.
They may have locked in map point. It's certainly not match point for the Danes, who lost on Mousesports' pick of Dust 2, but this could all be going to bonus, and then maybe even a third. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. This one is guaranteed to be a 14th for Mouse.
Yeah, and you could just, in those overtimes, you know, it's like extra innings in baseball. It can keep on going and going.
I do really like that Mouse are taking the time to hunt these players down, because the money for Astralis is absolutely in a just a really rough spot. And so if you even take one of these guns away, you go into that next round up against a very, very poor buy on the other side. It looks like they've escaped unscathed.
For now. It's worth noting, we said this earlier, it still holds true. Obviously 11-4 half for Astralis, and now they're at 15 and found 4 in the CT side. They have never found back-to-back rounds, so you talk about the money being bad, and there's the reason why. These last 6 rounds have been Mouse, Astralis, Mouse, Astralis, Mouse, Astralis, and then Mouse before that. So, yeah, there's been no safety, no sanctuary, no rounds where you're up against a low buy. If you're against a low buy, it's a full buy. It's everything that Mousesports can do, and they put it all in. They put it in to get to this point, to fight up against 15, and the fast play into A that was denied in the last does do the damage this time around. Astralis, they've got to work out the buy, and they've got to work it out now. Orb's still here. It was saved. Carrigan, Robs, Chris, they don't have one either. So Rice has open season with his AWP. S-Tag's got the Orc. Does he take it ramp or garage? Madges on the auto shotgun. I'm all for it.
But this is it. It's crunch time. This is it. All that effort, all that grinding, all these rounds, all the clutches, all the great man disadvantages boil down to this. Do we go to Inferno, or does Nuke carry on? These are the questions we need answered. Device gonna hide down in the vent early. Takes the AWP there, looking to go for a secret peek. And the outside smoke's going in, but Mousesports don't look to use them. And that's where Device's position now is so damn important. He is mollied off, and so he doesn't get vision right away. But the moment he looks up, he is going to come to the realization that Mouse are not outside and that this play is happening elsewhere. Magisk holding close with an auto shotgun, ready and raring to go. The ramp push comes in, and S-Tag mops it up with a double. Dupree follows up, and it might all be for naught for Mouse, as now it's only Frozen left alive. 1v5 and absolutely nowhere to go. Nowhere is safe. What does he even do? They pressure him. Now they know where he is. Things have gotten even worse for Frozen in the blink of an eye. Oh dear, Mousesports, they tried so hard and they got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Astralis take this second map, and we end it all on Inferno. You do not want to miss this. You really do not want to miss this. Inferno right around the corner, so stick around.